Told prosecutors Mohammed called them a snitch and made them promise not to testify against him.
But here's the part that exposes Minnesota's complete failure of leadership. This isn't the first time we've seen witness intimidation in the Feeding Our Future case. Remember that attempted juror bribery where somebody dropped off $100,000 in cash at the juror's home?
Prosecutors said it was something out of a mob movie. You might remember this happened at the end of the first Feeding Our Future trial involving 7 defendants last summer. Before that case went to a jury, a woman dropped off a bag with $120,000 at the home of a juror.
This is what happens when you create a culture where criminals believe they can operate with impunity. When your state government is so focused on social justice initiative bullcrap that they ignore basic oversight. Criminals get emboldened to the point where they can intimidate witnesses and bribe jurors like it's business as usual. Now let's talk about how Minnesota's incompetence just cost taxpayers over $600 million in federal energy grants. The Trump administration canceled these grants, rightfully so, and the Minnesota Democrats are crying retaliation. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. These grants were canceled because Minnesota can't demonstrate that they were advancing American energy needs.
Well, in total, we can now report that Minnesota has had about 12 grants canceled worth more than $600 million in full, largely centered around renewable energy efforts.
Let's break down what Minnesota lost. $460 million in transmission line upgrades, $70 million for an Xcel Energy battery project, millions more in various renewable energy bojangle bullcrap, and even more funding for car sharing programs in East St. Paul. Yeah, you heard that right. They were using federal energy grants for car sharing programs. Energy Secretary Chris Wright was crystal clear about why these grants were terminated. They spent months reviewing the merits of these projects and determined that they didn't make any sense for American taxpayers. But Minnesota Democrats like Betty McCollum are calling it punitive and childish.
Punitive. This is being harmful. This, in my opinion, almost bears to be childish.
Here's what's really childish: spending taxpayer money on projects that don't advance American energy security while your state is dealing with massive fraud scandals and basic administration failures. Just maybe if Minnesota's leadership focused on competent governance instead of virtue signaling, they wouldn't be losing federal funding. But it gets worse. Minnesota has been handing out nearly $20 million in state money to nonprofits that aren't even properly registered with the state attorney general's office. We're talking about 24 organizations that receive taxpayer funding while failing to meet basic legal requirements.